Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the losers finals here between, Jesus Christ, Feed My Starving Lane and Fever Breakers, right? Okay, good. God. Well, that last game was a game that honestly looked like fun for you, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Um, but I'm just along for the ride. It's a team game, so here we go.
Well, all right. So we've got Zach, Yone, Anivia getting banned from Feed My Starving Lane, and then Mumu, Fiddle, and Swain getting banned from Fever Breakers. Fever Breakers really seeing the bans targeting Joey and the amount of zero impact. Well, I shouldn't say zero impact, but the overall game impact or lack thereof for Morgana. He had some great black shields, but ultimately that Morgana looked like a support. They didn't have a jungler. They had two supports running around together.
Yeah, but it was a weird one. We'll see if they mix it up this game though. I think they're gonna maybe try a different angle here, and it looks like they're going back
Nope.
straight. Nope.
Nope. The salty run back, except the Heimerdinger for Mel.
Yeah, I think
Have to mention.
that's a good choice. I mean, yeah, no knock on the Hui last game, but Heimer really brought a lot of good value in their first game of the day.
Yeah, Heimer getting a good couple of some entertaining from the grave kills, and the Maokai going over for Fever Breakers. Can you jungle with Maokai? I don't even know where Maokai's at in the meta anymore.
Me neither, but he's historically could be played anywhere across the map.
True.
I mean, long ago in the olden days, he was originally a jungler, but probably one of his weaker roles nowadays, if I had to guess. But we've seen some weird champs in some weird positions today, so I wouldn't count it out yet.
Well, the Camille getting banned out from Tree, we saw that eventually he was able to do quite a bit of damage and was probably the best chance that the team had in the previous game of coming back or making an impact. That being taken away from him, I honestly don't even remember the Fever Breakers game and what they should have banned out, but the Hui getting taken away, or a Hui.
Okay. Yeah.
That was bad. That was bad.
It was great. Yeah. So they banned Hui themselves against, I assume Hooker. No, I mean Hooker says could probably bring it mid.
Yeah, I could see him playing it mid.
But their support is probably taken with the Nautilus
and
or Maokai.
The Tom Kench ban too. The second round of bans is interesting from Feed My Starving Lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they were taking. I mean, the Tom Kench is maybe Dub plays that top. They did take out a Zac first ban.
Oh, a
Veigar.
Veigar. All right. That's got to be Cal with the Veigar mid.
Yeah, I think that's the classic counter to Morg, if I had to guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna black shield the stun, or you're gonna get hit with the ult, vice versa.
You gonna go boom.
Yeah, I mean you're just gonna slowly get picked away, maybe just over the course of the lane.
The Seraphine, I have to imagine that's a Seraphine for. So we got Seraphine, Caitlyn bottom. I imagine that's a Gragas top for Tree. That's got to be a Jungle Morg again for Joey, and then a mid Heimer.
All right,
I think
support Heimer, Mel Seraphine mid.
Okay.
Maybe. I guess they could mix it up. We'll see how they swap their picks. That was a new
Jungle Gragas Seraphine top.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, Heimer mid. Wang on the Seraphine.
No, yeah, Wang on the Seraphine.
Yeah.
Like I originally thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically just a salty run back of the previous game. except Tree going on to Tree getting a slightly lower priority pick on the Gragas instead of the Camille, and Mel getting a slightly higher prio pick on the Heimerdinger. But ultimately, it's a team that, again, the execution needs to be there for them because it's a squishy team. They can't let the early game go the way that the last early game went. And
Hmm.
on the other side, we've got just some pretty generically, like a pretty generically powerful team comp. There's nothing super flashy that they're doing, but
Yeah.
they have a mage in the mid, a fairly effective jungler, a bruiser on top, and an ADC and a thick boy in the bottom.
Yeah. Execution level so much easier on the red side here for Fever Breakers. It scales well into late game too. Vigar, Ashe, plenty powerful with the tanky boys on that front line. And, like once again, yeah, Feed My Starving Lane sort of bringing out a comp that I think requires a lot of finesse. Once again, also very good at the early tower pushing. We'll see if they once again prioritize Void Grubs. Because they had a lot of good pushing in that first game.
I think we really need to see some aggressive and effective pushing out of the bot lane. I
Yeah,
I think we Caitlyn's always a strong laner, always has been, and I think we really need to see that out of Thrifty. We need to see them take positive trades, not get hooked, but I just don't know how effectively Caitlyn Seraphine's going to be able to push into Ashe Nautilus, especially unfortunately with how that bot lane has been playing so far today.
that's
And
true.
if
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if that team, if the two of them aren't able to get ahead early, where are you looking to win? The Morgana's not going to be a dominant jungler. The Gragas is, maybe going to be able to get a couple kills, but um, it's a lot of this seems like it's on Thrifty and My Wang to really clutch this out and perform. And for their sake, I hope they're able to pull something off. But just a really kind of easy comp from Fever Breakers.
Yeah, yeah, I'm scared if it goes sideways early, on the blue side here for Feed My Starving Lane. I think, the Caitlyn Seraphine against the Ashe Nautilus, you do have obviously some advantage early. They might, like they did like the first game, sort of push for that red level 2 and just sort of chunk them out, but I don't know if they're gonna get much jungle interaction. I mean, Joey's probably just gonna keep power farming. I guess we'll see. But the tree top lane matchup against Dubdrum, who is gonna be playing
I think the
Maokai?
Maokai. I think
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
Maokai top.
they're just from a skill level that could be a discrepancy. But I mean, it could just be a noodle fight at the top two. They just handshake it out, kill the waves over and over. Tree does a good job though of clearing the waves and putting pressure down, which I think he'll do once again here.
That is very true. There's just so much CC on the side of Fever Breakers too, and a lot of it just kind of pretty. I mean, fairly basic between the Jarvan alt, the Vigar cage, the Maokai alt, the Ashe alt, the point and click alt from Nautilus, the hook from Nautilus. They have so much ability to just create wombo combos, create areas that you can't really interact with, and just kind of control the crap out of whatever fight happens. And they're the better front to back team comp too, so we'll see.
Let me put some people around here. Yeah, looking good. I'm at 20, 21, 22.
Likewise.
Cool. All right, let's get into it, folks. Here, so I mean, this is another elimination game right here.
Yeah, this is a big deal for either
Oh yeah,
team. Whoever
name
loses
plates.
this gets third, goes home for the day, and then gets to face you guys. We have an invade coming in here, though. All the teams are locked up together. And oh my god, they managed to get there early with the Morgana binding. They called their bluff, got an early kill, and hook resets running away. But they got exactly what they needed. I'm sorry, not the binding, the miasma, but holy crap.
Oh man,
That's what they needed.
I know that is. I mean, FIFA Starving Lane, they're getting so lucky there with the walking into the two turrets placed in the bush. Maybe I won't call it luck, but damn, that's a good start for them.
Wow, That is everything that you could possibly hope for, and exactly what Swift called out on the cast last time. That if you face check a Morgana up with the rest of their group, you're probably going to go down. And they're honestly lucky that Hook Resets also didn't die in that exchange.
Yeah, that was real close too. And he keeps his flash up too, which is pretty vital. Wang in some nice damage here.
Some early trading here. This is exactly what we needed to see out of them, though.
Yeah. All right, this is a very good start here. It's Be My Starving Lane. They are in the driver's seat here. They can run away with this game. If they play it right.
Yeah, this is the exact situation that we were talking about. That, and you said there. Here's the level 2. Let's see if they can press their advantage here, and try to get in some more chip damage before they level up. And Director Tam is taking us away, so they're not going to do a whole lot of anything. Obviously, they're pushing into the tower. They've got some good pressure on their side, but yeah, a great start.
Oh yeah, why did we think going back to what we were talking about? I mean, Avantro's playing Morgana. I don't know why I thought Morg was mid. Timer mid versus Vigar, which I think is still a good matchup for Vigar. Probably also a good counter pick. Now that I think of it, I think he can Q the turrets, right? W him from afar, so you're just so far back, no threat really.
Smaller than the diagram.
Yeah, I wonder. I would imagine that honestly, just Mel's comfort level with Heimer. It's a much safer champion. It's a much more, kind of relaxed laning phase, and probably relaxed in the longer game for her as compared to Hui. Wang getting hooked up though, and getting DPS down by the carry Nautilus again. Thrifty getting away. Jarvan's coming down from Tuesday, but they're likely going to be... Oh, he's swirling. He's coming around back. My Wang doesn't see it. He's going to get flash hooked by Thunder, and he is going to die. A catastrophic turn of events, and just not respecting the jungle and the potential pressure that they represent.
Yeah, I see there's a ward there in the opposing triad. I don't know if Jarvan actually walked through that or not.
I don't think he did.
No,
I think
maybe
he came down
the river.
on Drake's side of the river and
Yeah.
just walked through Tribush.
Oh, I mean, he's hopping with the chat, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's in any case a good flash out of Thunder, really just to secure that kill. There's no way he gets away with the Jarvan EQ at the end there. So nicely played. Back to parity though, gold wise.
Yeah, any advantage that Feed My Starving Lane was going to have in the bottom lane, kind of evaporating a little bit there, with some decent assist gold going onto the Ashe and Nautilus. We were really hoping for them to get something done early, and then, that was a little inexcusable. Way too aggressive from Wang on Seraphine, playing up too far, and then not respecting the Jarvan and just dying to flash hook. That's yikes, bro, I think is what the kids would say.
Alright, well, we see Albano Joe laying down ward overs on the river near Dragon. Tika Pika mid, nothing to see there. Mel's gonna probably just be perma pushing these waves into Vigar. Very low mana.
One area that Feed My Starving Lane is actually way up on. Look at the CS difference between Tree and Dubdrum in the top here. A 30 CS lead for Tree right now, and he is just abusing the crap out of that Maokai up there.
Yeah, that seems illegal at this point in the game. That's crazy, actually. See how much Dub can actually pick up at this wave. Tree's level 6 already. Oh no.
Yeah, Tree's level 6. He's almost forcing him off his own tower. This is just a bully fest. Hook resets though, gonna land the cage onto Mel. Gonna walk away, but I don't know. Maybe maybe they can make something work through the top lane. Let's see how they play around these objectives. Joey going right for the Void Grubs at spawn. just playing around that objective. Doesn't look like much movement coming from Fever Breakers to answer it. Gonna be maybe some free grubs traded for a Drake.
Yeah. I think they sent Caitlyn back. They knew that timing, so they knew they could have numbers down here. And I don't know if they know Joey's on the Void Grub, so maybe a good assumption to take in. There they go down. So now they know for sure should be an easy Drake.
Yeah, My Wang hanging out in back, maybe trying to get the snipe here. It's at 500. He's not going to get there in time, but valiant effort on his part. Not too much loss, letting Thrifty get some of the farm on bottom there. And objective for an objective. But if you ever listen to Wang talk about grubs versus drakes, he is an extremely hard believer that grub early is far better than drake early. I have been told about it over many a meal, whether I ask or not.
Yeah, I think I've heard the same sentiment from him too. And you know, I don't think he's entirely wrong. If you can get early Void Grubs, especially the 4, 5, or I mean ideally 6 would be crazy. But if you have a comp like this to push towers with Void Grubs in tow, that's really good.
Oh, Dubdrum going in, getting the ult onto Tree, who's going to ult and knock Dubdrum out, but that's not enough. The Tree's ult is going to get the Tree. Tuesday is likely going to get the Cataclysm here. Knocks out the Tree with the Tree in tow. And 2-0-0 for Tuesday on the Jarvan.
Yeah, no mana, no health. Not a lot of options there for Tree. And a good presence ganking wise out of Tuesday once again, but the stun from 30 Senpai takes the tower shot on the back. The Black Shield maybe not gonna help him.
Joey?
The turnaround! Dolphy's gonna go down! Joey with the save.
Oh, that was beautiful out of Joey. That was an extremely impactful place to be, saving the life of his ADC, getting a lot of damage down, getting the stun down. Now Tree's just gonna kill Dubdrum here. a solo kill, and Feed My Starving Lane's up 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I didn't see the start of the sequence. I assumed Dubdrum was greedy and didn't go back or something.
Correct.
And just way too far out in the lane,
He was
teleport
just
from Tree.
fighting him in creeps.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, just kind of inexcusable.
Yeah, and then, okay, yeah, so there's the TP now from Dub. Has to try to catch as much of this wave as he can. I mean, he's in just a full, I need all the farm I can get zone right now.
Tree still up 34 CS in the top lane. CS relatively even everywhere else on the map, but pretty nice lead that Feed My Starving Lane has got for themselves. Mel's going to flash into stunning herself. Still likely going to get out of this.
Ooh, yeah, I think she was trying to time the cage just too early.
She barely missed it.
Yeah, barely missed it, but I mean, she still walks away. So
she does. Oh, she might be walking away. She gets hit by Thunder. Thunder's coming in. Hook resets is gonna go boom.
Cal is a kill stealer, dude. What the hell is that? Flat? Like, I mean, it's good. He's a carry. He should get kills, but like, I don't know. It's I think those guys finish her off easy.
Very likely, very easily. I think he just wanted to make sure to get some Q stacks.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Cal's playing to win. I can appreciate that.
Kind of an even game, which again I do think favors Fever Breakers, but we have a much more interesting game on our hands than we did during the previous game today.
Yeah, no, I think these teams are fully online now. They've woken up. I mean, there's some sickness across the tournament today, it sounds like, but I think both these teams are realizing what's on the line, and it's elimination.
I think we are likely going to see a lot safer play when you're playing for elimination here. That being said, Root and some good attempts coming up from My Wang. The ult's going to hit the charms onto Dolphy. He is running away. Thunder is going to intercept the ult. The Cataclysm coming back from Tuesday onto Wang, though. He's going to go down, but Thrifty Senpai trading back onto Thunder comes. And a 1-for-1. Pretty clean for the 3-for-2. Thunder coming back around, though, trying to get Thrifty under the tower, this time respecting the Jarvan.
Yeah, does Fever Breakers push this in? No, Tuesday's gonna call it off. There's nothing there to see. The Jarvan ult's not up, so yeah, like you said, that's a good trade for the 2v3. I think, you know, Thrifty's gonna take that any day of the week. And this is Albino Joe picking up 6 Void Grubs for Feed My
Starving Lane. And like we said
before,
that's great for the team that wants to push right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what they want to see in the early game. Only the one Drake over to Fever Breaker, so it's not, you don't have to worry about that yet for the soul point. But it's 10 seconds here, so can Feed My Starving Lane actually get into position and try to contest this?
It doesn't look like they're. Maybe they can make it back with Caitlyn and Morgana making their way in.
Stop on the Jarvan here, so he's looking maybe for another angle on Tree, or maybe just alleviate some pressure for Dub Jump.
Doing Krugs. Maybe they're just not wanting to go for it, not wanting to contest it.
Yeah. Well, some good wards. They also got the scuttle there for the red side on Fever Breaker, so don't have to worry about anyone taking the dragon yet. Here is Tuesday coming in. Yeah.
Flag and Drag gets the knockup. Looks like he's holding on to not much of anything.
Yeah. He's tanky, man. That W is no sweat.
Free saying once again, come at me, bro. Tuesday's trying, but not a whole lot that he's going to get out of that. And it looks like we're going to have a fight down at the Drake here. 4 from Feed My Starving Lane. The Vigar is going to get a big stun onto Mel, who's going to go down, but some good damage going back into Formerly Thunder from Thrifty Senpai, whose ult is going to get canceled because he's dead. But that kill going over to Mel. The turrets from the grave once again. A 1-for-1 trade, but a Drake secured for Feed My Starving Lane.
Yeah. Yeah, so they take the Drake really away from Fever Breaker, so I think they needed that. They wanted the tempo on that. Tuesday's going in for the 3-man slam. Dolphy's trying to finish it off there, but the teleport coming in for Tree on the backside here. Thrifty's going to try to go for the kill in Tuesday in the back of the jungle. There's the barrel. Dolphy's going to get W with the flash. No, with the vision code, but it doesn't matter. The body slam will finish him off.
That flash body slam was clean out of Christmas Tree there. Who's coming back in. Thunder's looking to answer him, but I think that was technically a 2-for-1.
Yeah, at the end of the day. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, an additional kill for Fever Breakers there. I mean, the gold's still pretty much dead even. 2 Drakes, but those 6 Void Grubs overall, so I think Feed My Starving Lane, they're still feeling good about their position.
Yeah, Dubdrum able to secure 3 plates after being down 30 CS early has got to feel pretty good, since they had to flex Tree to another lane, and yeah, some quick gold influx does bring this to even.
Yeah, I got the individual gold totals on the stream here, and Trees, yeah, he's got that 900 gold lead over Dub, but yeah, Dub really, like you said, needed those plate gold to get really back into this game.
Looks like we have a full swap. Thrifty and Wang are up top looking to push onto that top turret.
Yeah, they haven't even got their bot lane turret yet, but they see the opening, maybe just the positioning, the movement of the 2 teams. There's the Ash Hawk from way downtown, so they scope out the whole river. It's a 2v2 up here.
Yeah, Tuesday coming back around. Wang's going to spot him out, though. Ooh, Thrifty going to eat the ult. The Flag and Drag from Tuesday coming in. The Cataclysm is going to get him. Wang's going to miss the charm. Thrifty Senpai is going to try to get away. He drops the cupcake, and he is going to escape. No, he doesn't. What a beautiful commitment from Mr. Tuesday. Wang's not going to be able to punish it. Hook resets is in the river, ready to answer. And Mel is going to eat a Vigar stun and flash away from Jarvan coming in. 1-for-0 in favor of Fever Breakers.
Yeah, nicely done. They see Thrifty was just alone there for just a second as Wang moves towards the river. And yeah, in the end, they do chase him down, get the kill. Tuesday walks out pretty healthy, actually. And they're going for the Rift Herald. Don't know there's much Feed My Starving Lane can do here. Wang once again looking for steals, but he's gonna get caged up.
I think he's gonna get stolen.
Yeah.
This Vigar is doing so much disruption to Feed My Starving Lane. The amount of just pressure that they've been able to build off of walking into the cage is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, Kel's probably feeling good about this Vigar. The longer this game goes, the more damage he's gonna do, and sitting pretty at 5,700 gold, but Tuesday 6-0-2 on this Jarvan jungle.
Yeah, that Jarvan is terrifying at this point.
Eclipse got a tumbler. I assume he's working on more attack damage focused items. So he's probably going like sort of early attack damage, maybe first 2 big items, and then sort of into a tank build. But I mean, right now if he sees someone, they're going down.
And it's just like we saw in the last game from Feed My Starving Lane, the Viego able to have such a huge impact, being able to show up in fights and just be the jungle force that Feed My Starving Lane doesn't have, and that's just happening again with the Jarvan here.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dub Drum onto Thrifty. Thrifty, I don't know that you're... Okay, all right.
Yeah, he goes down.
Oh, the Ash Arrow going to get Mel stuck between a rock and a hard place, and she's going to get blown up by a Vigar Q.
I think they'll take it, because I think the arrow is actually going for Thrifty on that tail end there. So, but they'll take the kill in mid, or maybe not, I don't know. In any case, well done. Delphi on that Ash hitting those arrows once again.
God, that is so unfortunate. There's just nowhere that you can run at that point.
Oh,
Tree going to get rooted by Thunder, and the Jarvan coming in, going to miss the flag and drag due to the flash, but the Cataclysm, ooh, that barrel in the flash from Tree going to buy himself some distance, and he's going to walk away, but at the expense of a lot of things.
They're like, Gragas, you're trapped. And he's like, no, I'm not. Later. Okay, Drake started here. Fever Breakers, they have 4, but Thrifty's on the side here. He's fully healthy. He has everything up. The teleport into the back of the pit. Red team's gonna secure it.
Oh, the good root and stun from Albino Joe and Mai Wang landing onto 3 members. Xmas Tree going in. The ult gonna land onto Thunder. He's just going to flash away though, and they're so close, but they're not gonna be able to get anything in that chase.
Ooh, yeah, that was close. They really thought they had some kills on the back end there, but Fever Breakers still sneak a little Drake in there. Get 2 on the board.
Ult coming out from Tree, trying to knock Dub Drum up. Dub Drum going to blow his ult, but Thrifty Senpai going to be able to fire freely onto him. He might be able to get him. That Ash Arrow going to be eaten by Tree. Brilliant, assuming he doesn't die to the turret. And Tree eating that arrow and coming within an inch of his life guaranteed that kill onto Dub Drum for Thrifty Senpai. Some much needed gold in the pocket of the Caitlyn.
Yeah. Really close to. I think Dub, he unfortunately gets in the trap there, Caitlyn trap.
Oh,
just
Thrifty,
barely
I don't think
dies.
that's safe right there.
The teleport is gonna happen, but the turret's gonna go down for sure. Okay, I mean, we're looking at 1.5k gold lead for Fever Breakers. This game has kind of been back and forth. I'm not sure where the momentum stands right now.
I'm not sure either. I really liked the thought process that Wang and Joey had on that last exchange, and I don't like that thought process that Wang has there, as he dies for no value whatsoever, and just feeds more gold over to Jarvan and over to the Vigar.
Yeah, not a great thought process there, Mel.
Honestly, that was my fault. I did that to him. My bad.
Yeah, caster curse.
That's my bad. Ooh, Joey.
Oh. I mean, he probably has Black Shield up, so I mean, but he's confident he's not gonna get hit there. So,
Free trying to bait Dub Drum in, coming out of the bushes here, and just gonna kind of slap him away. But we see how aggressively Fever Breakers is able to move up once they take that mid turret down. They have so much control over the middle of the game. Thrifty forcing out a flash from Dub Drum going up top here, but Vigar, Jarvan, and Nautilus are hot on their tail. See if they find them.
Yeah, they run back to the safety
all the way around
of their tier 2, but Fever Breakers, they have 5 in the mid lane. They're gonna barrel over this tier 2 here. Waiting for the next wave. Oh, but actually, everyone's in the mid lane.
Every ARAM, let's go. All 5. That CC chain onto the Maokai, who's going to shoot out his ult. Not really hit a whole lot. And Yeah, you can just see the potential that Feed My Starving lane has between the Morgana and the Seraphine to lock you down and get a lot of burn damage very quickly, but they're just a little too far behind to be able to pull that off to the degree that they want to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. I mean, they do have a lot of really good pick potential. Gragas, Morgana, Caitlyn, Seraphine. I mean, all these are really good at just picking people out individually, and that's what they're probably going to keep looking for. Fever Breakers, they want to be grouped up. They want the Cage. They want Maokai. They want Jarvan. They want everyone to be grouped up for these big wombo combos, and they're trying to force it mid lane, but a good defense out of Feed My Starving lane.
There's a lot of standing gold on the Rift for Feed My Starving lane as well. 800 in bounties on Tuesday and Hook resets alone. If they can capitalize on those, they can start turning some, excuse me, some tides in their favor. Also, top mid turret, quite low.
Yeah. See if they can push out this mid lane here. Vigar's, and Cal and this Vigar's been doing a great job of just pushing these waves in constantly. And he's going to go right back to it. No reason to mix it up. Just keep pushing pressure on mid.
Yeah.
Next Drake, 30 seconds. Ping from Feed My Starving Laner on it. Wang going to clear some vision on the Baron side here. Vitri, he does have the teleport, so he's going to look to hopefully get the tier 1 top lane tower here against Dub. Let's see if Dub no flash.
He's going to be able to secure it. He does.
Nicely done. So yeah, he can rotate right down to Dragon, but can he be there in time? 10 seconds. I think he will. If anything, he does have a teleport. No flank wards from what I can see.
No, TP's up for Dub Drum as well. Looks like there's a ward in the pit.
Yeah. They're gonna handshake it. They're gonna go for the Baron while Fever Breakers goes for the Dragon. Do they know about this? Yeah, there's a ping down. Cal is way ahead of the play. He already knows what is going on.
Dub Drum coming in, Cal coming up from the bottom. Dub Drum coming in with the ult. He's going to get flowed. Wang is going to try and catch up to him. The Ash Arrow is going to miss. It looks like the entire team of 5 is going to turn onto this tree and try and kill them. The rest of everybody in the ult from tree just to help guarantee, I guess, that kill goes over to Batmel. And Fever Breaker just saying, fine, fuck it, we'll push mid. And then mid tier 2 is going to fall as a result.
Yeah, oh, okay, back to the Baron. I mean, surprisingly, Fever Breakers didn't finish the Dragon. They actually got pulled all the way up, so that, in a way, is a mini-win for Feed My Starving lane, but they took so much time to kill Dub Drum solo. They lose the tower, and now they're going to potentially get flanked from behind as they're on the Baron. And it's looking dicey, even in a 5v4 here. There's the Cage. Wang gonna get black shielded, not gonna get ulted or anything. He stays alive for now, and they walk out.
Yeah, Wang buying himself just enough time with that charm. It's really such a rough spot when the entire middle of the map feels this unsafe.
Yeah, no, it's this Dragon is still being taken by Tuesday, I think, on the side here, right? Still, it will go down eventually.
Ooh, Tree with the flank, ult. Thunder going to eat the ult from Thrifty Senpai, and massive damage coming back onto My Wang. Thunder is just going to sit there, eat all of this damage, and walk away. They're not able to burn him down.
Okay, 1-0 actually. The aggressor there losing Heimerdinger. There's the stun onto Thrifty, and he's gonna go down. Hook's gonna get that. Tree's gonna go back in, but he's gonna get torn down as well.
This is starting to look like the beginning of the end.
It does, yeah. It does, unfortunately. Feed My Starving lane.
Fever Breaker is going to turn right back to Baron and head to it.
Yeah, they're gonna be hungry still at the end of this game, I think.
Those poor lanes. They just don't get to eat today.
No one's particularly fed here on the blue side. Easy Baron for Fever Breakers. I mean, Cal 5-0-3 on the Vigar, Tuesday 6-0-5 on the Jarvan, both doing crazy amounts of damage and a ton of threat in each of these fights. And I don't even know who you target at this point.
Whichever one isn't actively CCing you.
Someone on this Fever Breakers team is always actively CC'd.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean,
All right.
unfortunately, a lot of this is playing out like we said in the pregame, where Be My Starving Lane had the opportunity early, didn't capitalize on it, and then Fever Breakers just has the much easier to execute team comp.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing it like the SBL. I mean, it's BCL. It's pretty much the same. You pick the low skill floor, you know, team comp. Usually, you do a little bit better. Oh yeah, they're almost getting caged there, but he's gonna get arrowed. Oh my god!
God! What HP is the Vigar at? I need to look. 870.
Yeah, that's. See you later.
That's a bye-bye.
All right, everyone just going down here in the mid lane one by one. It's
If the beginning of the end was before, this is the end of the end.
50 Cent the fog of war Ash Aerobug right now.
Cal just getting some more just domination for fun. This is when it's so much fun to play Vigar, when you can just delete people with one spell.
Yeah. Ten seconds on
going back
Mel here.
Oh, the cage going to the. Oh my god. Joey with the timely hourglass, but he's going to die immediately afterwards. My Wang eating the Thrifty Senpai walking into that, eating the stun, eating the thing from the top, eating his own death, eating the food that should have gone to the starving lanes.
Tree's back up. What can he do here on this Gragas? I mean, it's relatively healthy members on Fever Breakers. They're just going to keep sieging. They're going for the win. They have the super minions. Yeah, and this is going to be it here, folks.
That is all she wrote. Hook resets, getting his final 2 more kills, and that's going to be it. 8-0-8 finishing on the Jarvan, 9-0-5 finishing for the Vigar. My god.
Yeah, I mean, it was a close back and forth for most of that game there. Let me bring up the client real quick. I'm going to look at the
24k champ damage from Vigar.
Oh my god.
Nobody on Feed My Starving Lane with 16k.
Yeah, that's tragic, man. That's dang, yeah. Well, yeah, nicely played there from Fever Breakers. They're breaking it, I think. They're feeling a little bit better. Yeah, unfortunately, Feed My Starving Lane are gonna go home today in the BCL League Offroles tournament. But that's gonna mean there's one match left, folks. The grand finals.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2? Is there?
Maybe
I don't
2.
know.
Yeah.
The bracket reset.
Yeah, it's if we have a potential for a 7th game here tonight.
Ah, that's true. Yes. So 2 teams left, but yes, potentially more than one league game going on here. Thumbs down, dongers up, going up against Fever Breakers. Do not touch that browser. We'll be right back.